Well, Bill O'Leary coming to you in this video to answer the question, where should you keep your estate planning documents? So in this video, what you're going to learn is how best to store your important planning documents, what can happen if you don't store them right, and some digital options. Real quick, let me introduce myself. Again, my name is Bill O'Leary. I'm an estate planning and elder law attorney in Jacksonville, Florida. My firm is Legacy Planning Law Group. So this is a question that I get asked quite a bit. Where do I store my documents, my planning documents? It's a very important question. Why? Well, for obvious reasons, because you want it to be easy for your loved ones to be able to find your important planning documents, your important papers after you die or become incapacitated. And so wherever you put them, a trusted relative or friend should know where they're located. So here are some different ways I've found that you can go about storing your important documents. One, in a safe deposit box. Yes, it's a secure place to store your important papers, and it certainly protects those papers from things like theft or fire or let's say an accidental loss. But here's the problem, is getting access to the box quickly after you die. It may not be accessible right away, let's say due to banking hours. And by the way, if your family members are not on your box, they will not be able to access it without a court order. So if you do choose to use a safety deposit box, you should name a family member or maybe your executor or your trustee as a joint owner of the box. That will greatly simplify things because they'll be able to get into the box right away without delay. What if instead you were to use your own safe, a personal safe? I think it's a great option, very secure place, and you can store a number of things in your safe, including your important legal papers. Obviously, make sure it's waterproof and fireproof. So what this will do is avoid some of the delays that your family may experience in having to access a safe deposit box at the bank. But make sure you give them the passcode so they know how to get into the safe at your house. Also, be aware that sometimes if your house is broken into and a thief steals things out of your house, if they see a safe, unless it's too big, they're just going to grab the entire safe and go. And then to their surprise, they find out there are estate planning documents in there. They don't want them, but it's too late at that point, and you now no longer have them. So if you're going to use a safe at the house, you might want to consider bolting it to a wall. How about giving copies to family members? One option is to give copies to your children. And so that way, again, you avoid the problem, or they do, of quickly accessing the documents after death or incapacity. I find that people tend to fall into two camps on this issue. One group, very, very private, and they don't want to give out copies. Maybe they don't want their children to know about their finances. Maybe they don't trust their children. Maybe in their will or their trust, they have not treated their children equally, and they don't want the kids to know right away. And those are all fair considerations. The other group are people that have no problem sharing copies at all. And I find that these people tend to have a very open, trusting relationship with their children and maybe regularly discuss their finances with them. And usually they've treated all the kids equally in their estate plan, so there's nothing to hide. So again, you decide what group you fall in. How about storing them with the planning attorney? So some estate planning attorneys are willing to store the originals, but I find that was more common years ago, that nowadays most estate planning lawyers don't do that anymore. I will tell you personally, we don't keep the originals. We deliver them to the client. We think it's best that the client should have full control over their estate plan. And then I want to touch on online storage options. So thanks to technology, you can store your estate planning documents and other records digitally. So there are a number of storage options. One, that you might want to consider sort of a cloud-based document management solution, things like Dropbox or Google Drive, maybe Microsoft OneDrive. How about maybe just using an old-fashioned thumb drive, like a USB or external hard drive? Make sure you store it in a safe location. And then maybe a sort of a cloud storage solution, okay? Things like Legacy Locker or DocuBank. We actually here at my firm offer a unique solution, a cloud storage solution to our clients. We've partnered with a company called Moxtra for secure cloud storage, 24/7 access to your important papers. And oh, by the way, when thinking about where to store your papers, if you have any old estate planning documents, make sure that once the new ones are done, the old ones are destroyed to avoid any confusion. So look, the bottom line is estate planning should give you peace of mind for specifying how you want your assets to be handled and your wishes to be carried out after you die, okay? But to preserve that peace of mind, you should store your estate planning documents in a safe place and with the right people. And you should make sure it's known by your loved ones where those documents are located and how to access them. So you're not going to be able to provide that guidance after you're gone. And an estate plan it's no good if it's lost. So if you'd like to know more about where you should keep your estate planning documents, and maybe if you'd like to know how we can help, we'd love to talk to you. So we encourage you to book a free 15-minute phone call or discovery phone call. You can go to the bottom of this video and click on the registration link, take you straight to our booking calendar. Just pick the day and time that works for you, and we'll just get on the call. So this is Bill O'Leary signing off for now, and until we talk again, go make it a great day and a better world.